Maybe a little bit of a slower start than you wanted, but seemed like you guys really got it together there in the second half. So, what happened?
I'm glad we did. You don't ever know what to expect when you can only look at a scrimmage tape. I'm sure both coaching staffs felt the same way, but Purchase Line came prepared and was ready to play, and I give them a lot of credit. Uh, our kids, even after they scored late in the second quarter, found a way. They rose up, got a good return, and got a nice little drive to get the score tied, and then we kind of took control in the second half. That's a veteran team, and they have a veteran team too, but our guys stepped up when they had to.
Hmm. Seemed like there were a lot of big plays that happened, just enough time to set up those, short touchdown runs. So, what happened on some of those big plays there?
A lot of it was individual performances. I mean, the long pass near the end was a great call by Mike Arone. He saw a matchup we liked, and Schmidt threw the ball where it had to be, and Sunday went and made the catch in some traffic. Matt Miles had a couple nice runs where he really got us going, and Jesse Lee, he just ran like a bull tonight against a pretty physical defense. I mean, they loaded it up and they were aggressive and came at us, and we still were able to get some things going. And McCracken had a couple nice runs. We're going to try to get him going a little bit more, but um, overall I think it was just guys that know how to play, and that experience, and both sides had it, and guys were stepping up making plays.
Speaking of Ben Schmidt, he had a rough start, especially with that little fumble there, but he really regrouped. And were you expecting to pass that ball that much tonight? And what did you see out of him?
Well, I mean, there's times when we've had to do that or we've wanted to do that. And listen, I'll tell you, a freshman starting in a home opener with a big crowd on a beautiful night with a good football team coming to town, I don't know how I would have reacted. I give him credit for hanging in there. The start was worse than the rest of the game. So obviously within the game he grew a little bit, and was able to keep his head up and keep moving and realize, hey, I'll use the people around me.
Defensively, it seemed like you guys were able to um, contain Shamar. I'm sure that was a big thing coming in, but then they were getting maybe 5 or 6 up the middle a couple times there. So,
Yeah.
do you think that was just a counteracting? You guys were containing Shamar and then giving some up the middle, or?
A little bit. I mean, everybody talks about Shamar, but they have three quality athletes that you can get the ball to in the backfield alone: Sanchez, Seister, and Goncher. And those guys aren't easy to bring down. I mean, Sanchez is like Shamar; he's got a little shiftiness, and Seister and Goncher are tough, strong kids. And they dinked and dunked a little with the inside game. And I thought overall we did a nice job on the edge with Campbell, because he can really burn you. And man, some of the cuts and the jukes he's making, and you're just thinking, somebody please take a good angle and put an end to this. And most of the time our guys were in the right spot. So certainly not an easy group to go against week one, that's for sure.
You said week one, but you do have that a week less almost. And how has that been trying to prepare? It seems so early for them to be starting the season already, but how's it been trying to prepare for that early game?
The only thing I like about it is that everybody else has to go through the same thing. So nobody is getting an unfair advantage. I would rather have the extra week to condition a little, to put a few more things in, to get guys, especially some of those mid-level guys, another scrimmage, to get a look at them. Everything's so rushed now, and I love what we do at the end with the Heritage Westpac Challenge, but it really puts a crimp on what people can do when you can't hit until the 14th, and then you basically have less than 2 weeks and you have a first game. So everybody's got to deal with it. I mean, we've dealt with it the last couple of years. Probably because we're older this year, we were better equipped to handle it.
And then how would you say your guys did up front? There were some that they were letting guys back, and there were some that they were making some really nice blocks for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a battle up front. They got size. They got some kids that have played a lot of football. A lot of times I get bullheaded, and we're going here, and it kind of looks like we're going there, and guys can read that and step up, and it's a battle. And I'll never lose faith or go against our guys up front. They work too hard. Their line coaches just really have a good rapport with them and get them where they need to be. You don't know exactly what you're going to see a lot of times with another team's front from play to play, and they usually get in there and handle it pretty well. And our backs understand that. They know that there's times they have to make a change in their read or their cuts, and that's what football is all about. It's your best against our best, and let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And then just coming out on the first night here and getting a win, how was that for you guys?
I'll never stop believing that this is a special place to play. And when you come out on a beautiful night and you have a a great crowd, both sides. This is what it's all about. It kind of, you get the knots in your stomach, but to see all these people out here, and they were vocal, and you know, it's where you want to be. I mean, it's high school football, and it's a great atmosphere, and I'm happy for our kids. Anytime we get a W, I'm so happy for our kids and our coaches because everybody feels better. You know, my wife always says that the weekend will be determined by how we do, and she's probably right about that. But it's just one of those things where it's a great feeling when you can put all that work in and get a W.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks.